My 10-year-old neighbor just threw a cup of water over my cat who was sitting on the fence minding his own business and laughed. So I threw a basin of water over him from the window, and now his dad is at my door going mental, but I don't see the problem. Don't touch my cat. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's kind of just common knowledge. And you know what, dude? I guarantee that kid doesn't do that again. It may have been a little bit of an overreaction, possibly, but at least you know for a fact that that is gonna work. What's up, boys? Welcome all to the first Kids Are Stupid video of 2025. I think with this, we might be entering the competition for longest running YouTube series of all time that refuses to die. So, welcome, guys. As always, let me know in the comments any stupid kid stories that you have from when you were a child, and yeah, with that being said, enjoy the rest of the video, boys. What's the dumbest thing you believed as a child? When I was a preschooler, my mom told me that you weren't allowed to ride a motorcycle or get tattoos unless your mother was dead. One day, outside the grocery store, I saw a big, tough-looking dude covered in tats straddling the loudest motorcycle ever. Damned it, 5-year-old me didn't go up to him and ask, "Hey, is your mom dead?" Dude looked at me and said, "Yeah," and I was shocked that my mom was right. He probably was like confused as hell. He probably thought you were some sort of like possessed ghostly apparition that had come to him to like deliver a message from his dead mom or something. I mean, that's what I would think if some preschooler came up to me and asked me if my mom was dead. 2-year-old eating his lunch. Papa's coffee hot? Me, yeah baby, it's hot. Don't touch. 2-year-old, me blow on it for Papa? It was at this point I witnessed with horror my 2-year-old attempt to blow on my freshly made coffee, only to spit a half-eaten chicken nugget straight into it. Hey, you know what? Maybe it adds a little bit of flavor that you weren't really expecting. My 3-year-old calls Flonas, I don't even know what that is, honestly, mommy's special nose medicine, and now my neighbor thinks I do cocaine. Okay, apparently it's pronounced Flonase and it's just allergy relief medicine, but honestly, I think cocaine would do the trick too. I mean, you know, it would definitely make you feel better. My 4-year-old won't tell me what he got me for Christmas, but he did say it's not a bird feeder, so I do have suspicions it might be a bird feeder. Update. It was a bird feeder. Well, you know, he lied to you, I guess. I remember when I was 6, I got a hold of my dad's ID and it had an expiration date. Spent 3 hours crying because I thought he was set to die on that date. He asked me why I was crying and I didn't tell him because I was scared he was gonna cry as well. That would be insane if that was real though. Imagine whenever you get your ID, the day you turn 16, they hand you that thing and the date on it is the day you go. 7-year-old, who's that? Me. That's Jesus' mom, Mary. 7-year-old. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Me. 7-year-old. That's their last name. Wow, you know, I never thought about it like that, actually. Merry Christmas. You know, it does kind of have a nice ring to it. Every time we get snow, maybe once a year, my kids put a snowball in a plastic bag in the freezer. Then they take out the previous year's snowball and throw it into the yard so it will think it time traveled and get confused. Today was the throwing of the snowball. Genius. Truly genius. I don't know what it is about being a child and you think that every single inanimate object is like a living, breathing thing, because I did the same thing. Like sometimes I would throw something old away that I used to have and didn't have a need for anymore, so I'd toss it and then I'd kind of feel bad for it, like damn, I just threw this thing in the trash and now it's gonna be sad. Kids are the best, man. They get all shocked when you figure out they did something wrong, like, "Mom, how'd you know I colored on the table?" Because you wrote your name on it? No, but see, you don't understand, okay? That they were getting framed. That was somebody else that wrote their name under the table, pretending to be them, and then they asked about it, okay? You got it all twisted around. Me, in bathroom. 7-year-old, knocks. Mommy? Me, yeah, pal. 7. It's me. Me, I know. 7, your son. Knew that too. He just has to make sure that you're okay in there, you know? Everybody knows as soon as you go into the bathroom, you gain amnesia and you forget everything about your life, including, you know, your 7-year-old son, who you've been raising for the past 7 years. Just had to manually make holes in this Swiss cheese because my kid refuses to believe it's Swiss unless it has holes. Every time I've had Swiss cheese in my 21 years of living, it's had holes. So I think that the kid is right and the lady is wrong in this opinion. Falling asleep last night and my son kissed me on my forehead and said, "Rest in peace, mommy." I ain't been asleep since. You know, maybe he just thought that it literally meant rest in peace, which is, I guess, kind of what it means, but also not really. My 3-year-old is the only girl at her small daycare. I was thrilled when she started talking about her new friend Piper and how much they love to play. Every day for months, Piper this, Piper that. Finally, I asked the daycare lady about maybe scheduling a play date. Piper is a cat. My dad told my daughter she was the best duster ever, then leaned into me and whispered, if you tell kids they're amazing at the chore, they don't bitch about doing it. And suddenly I'm questioning if I really was the most amazing weed puller he ever saw. This is kind of genius though. I mean, if you think about it, instead of trying to force your kids to do chores that they hate and then having them be miserable, you can use positive reinforcement, and now they actually want to do the chore because they feel like they're doing something they're really good at. Boom. Kids got a letter telling them to dress as elves. Someone came as Elvis. I can't breathe. Guessing somebody's parent here doesn't know how to read, unfortunately. My kid came home from school yesterday and told me his class is supposed to dress up as Elvis for morning assembly. I told him I think he means elves. He disagreed. I can't wait to hear how this day went when the king returns home. Hold on. Did we just get a connecting post? I've never seen this before. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think Elvis is way cooler than elves anyway. Had a talk with the kids at dinner about New Year's resolutions, but I guess the 6-year-old doesn't quite grasp the concept because she went around the table and told each of us what she thinks we should do better. And you guys, I think she might be onto something. I mean, think about how much better everyone's lives would be if we were all just completely honest with each other about what everybody needs to improve on. If you just hear the shit that you're doing wrong straight up from somebody else, you're much more likely to go and fix it than if you're like, you know, living in your own delusions on your own. And since it was a 6-year-old, you know, they were so honest and did not hold back at all, dude, because kids don't care. I just asked my 8-year-old to quit yelling and he said, I'm not yelling. This is my voice and all my life I've been whispering. Now I'm free. That's badass, honestly. Bro just unlocked a new voice. What is your favorite place on earth? My house. If you had $100,000, what would you do with it? Put it all on red. Hell yeah, dude. This kid knows how to live. Let's go. He's ready for Vegas. Get him out there immediately. Diner. Waitress. Cops and kids 5 and under eat for free. Me discreetly nudging my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old. I'm a police. I would believe him. I don't know. Y'all, I woke up with a headache and I hear my 9-year-old son in the kitchen, so I asked him to bring me some water and an Aleve. He brings me some water and a leaf. When I tell you I have tears from laughing so hard. That's real dedication though, you know? He probably went outside and like looked around in the backyard for the best possible leaf he could give his mom, you know? Because as a kid, personally, I was into collecting really cool leaves, and I know for a fact that that kid went there with a certain type of leaf in mind. My son got mad at me yesterday and opened all the bananas in the house. What type of passive-aggressive monster? Such a random and specific but petty thing to do. I mean, this kid might be a problem when he grows up, I can't lie. No sadder relationship dynamic than my baby absolutely obsessed with my 3-year-old, and my 3-year-old continually tells us to throw her in the garbage. Anonymously, I asked kids age 6 to write New Year's resolutions. Here are some favorites. Eat more butter. Build a mud hut. Learn to drive. Try my hardest at everything but not maths. Invent Google. This just brought back an insane memory from when I was a child. My goal when I grew up, when I was probably around this age, was to invent water. I always remember I would tell my dad and my mom that like when I grow up, I'm gonna invent water. I don't really know what I meant by that. I guess maybe like make water without having to use a faucet. I'm not really sure, but I was very determined to invent water. The teacher told kids to draw their mom's hobbies. My mom likes drinking. Insane thing. I bet the mom definitely got a call from the teacher and was like, hey, is there something I need to be concerned about here? I was traveling on a plane across India in the monsoon season when the pilot warned us of a heavy turbulence ahead. The plane shook and bumped up and down as we went through the storm. After 5 very long minutes when nobody spoke a word, it was suddenly all over and calm again. I sank back in my seat, breathing a huge sigh of relief, when a small voice from the back of the plane piped up. Daddy, tell him to do it again. Now that is a real Daredevil in the making right there. That kid's got more guts than me, honestly. Every time I go in a plane and there is like the slightest bit of turbulence, I seriously think I'm like about to die. I start looking out the window of the plane and I'm like, you know, if we fell right now, I would just be dead. Dear Tooth Fairy, I accidentally swallowed my tooth. Please check my poop. Please, can I get money? Hudson, help. I need money to buy a Undertale. $0 raised of $190 million. I need money to buy Undertale, please. I mean, guys, what are we doing here? Why are we not donating? He only needs $190 million. Do you guys seriously don't have that? Seriously? All right, whatever. My son spit water on the kitchen floor. A couple of minutes later, he runs through the kitchen and slips and falls. We go to the hospital and x-rays say he broke a part of his legs. A couple of weeks later, the hospital bill comes in the mail. We owe $3,500 for the visit. I just know this looked so cartoonish when this happened, dude. He spits and then he slips on his own spit. Probably looked like it was straight out of Looney Tunes. You know, this kind of reminds me actually, and I kind of want to ask, have any of you guys watching this video ever slipped on a banana peel? Is that a thing that actually happens? Do people really slip on banana peels? If you've done that, let me know. And let me know what happened afterward. Were you embarrassed? What happened? Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for watching the first Kids Are Stupid video of 2025. If you enjoyed, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both of which are @DomSoEpic. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.